So what's up, everybody? I have very special guests Becky, Maddie, and Antonio from A Team Plumbing on, and I just want to talk about the upcoming RIDGID Experience and GREENLEE Experiences. I was lucky enough to be chosen to go, and I was like freaking out. So thank you, Antonio. It was completely
You,
unexpected.
Pat. Yeah, we're super excited to have you, Pat. We announced you as our second guest. Our first guest is Nick Parlett. And then I'm not going to tell you who the third guest is yet. You have to wait and see, but we do have our third guest selected. So, and then on the GREENLEE side, oh yeah, you're coming again, Antonio. Yeah.
Yes.
But on the GREENLEE side, on the GREENLEE side, we selected our first guest was Kay Sparky, Kevin. And then our second guest we just announced is Aaron LeBlanc, and his name is Bob's Decline. And then I'm not going to tell you the third guest yet either, but we will be announcing he or she very soon.
Oh, that's a good teaser right there.
A little plug right there. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, this is Becky's kind of a RIDGID Experience queen when it comes to it. You started this, yeah, how many years ago now?
Gosh, 2017.
Yeah, so she is. But so yeah, RIDGID Experience is in its 7th year, and then GREENLEE Experience, this is the 3rd year. So I was lucky enough to join for the first GREENLEE Experience, and it was super fun. It was super cool to kind of just see that come to life. But I think Becky would be the greatest of giving an overview of kind of what.
Oh, you want me to give
Yeah.
I kind of want to hear Antonio.
She's the greatest queen to deliver the news.
Antonio, summarize what RIDGID Experience was like.
Oh my gosh. I tell you what, just from the very beginning, getting notified. I mean, you kind of get notified ahead of time. And so you're just bubbling with that excitement, but you can't tell anybody. And you're just like, oh, I want to tell somebody, but you just can't. And then when they send you the email to say, you can tell everybody you've been accepted and you got to go to the RIDGID Experience. I mean, I plastered it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I can relate. I mean, when I was, when I met up with you guys at Wet Show.
Yeah.
He's back.
You cut out there for a little bit, but we we felt the excitement still. We truly did. I mean, but Pat was telling us about how he got.
So I went to the Wet Show. Of course, it's in Indy, and I live just north of Indy. And I was in a booth, and I stopped by. I was talking to Replum, which I was super excited to meet him, even though he's pretty quiet and laid back. I wouldn't expect that from him, but super quiet. But he was really cool talking with him. And then I ran into Maddie, and she's like, "Hey, can we film something real quick? I want to talk about the difference between AHR and Wet." And then she just got right to it and asked me if I wanted to be a guest. And I was freaking out. I was like a little girl. I was like freaking out.
We totally pulled one over on you. I videoed you. Yeah,
that's great.
It was fun. It was great. And then I wanted to tell everybody. I was like, "Can I tell people? Am I allowed to tell people?" I'm like, "What's going on here? Who can I tell? Can I say anything to anybody?" So I was just like walking around with a big smile on my face. Everybody's like, "What's wrong with this guy?"
Like, I'm just excited
I'm just excited to be here.
I love Wet.
Yeah. So I can fully understand the excitement, and I can't, imagine what the rest of people are feeling. So when they get to find out, so I'm sure we'll get to hear their stories in person soon.
Yes. I mean, it's really just like you kind of said in a little summary, but it's, an all expenses paid trip to our headquarters here in Elyria, Ohio, where we're currently located, me and Becky.
We're in the schoolhouse right now.
Yes.
Antonio is very familiar.
Yes. And Antonio, I'll ask you in a second what your favorite part is. But just like a cute little snippet, we come here, we hang out with you when you arrive that evening, get to know each other, and then the next day is just full blown. You come see us here at our headquarters, do a little factory tour, you get to meet some product managers, do some behind the scenes things. Then we take you out to a baseball game later that evening. Did I mention you get a photo shoot during the day too?
Photo shoot.
Yes. But Antonio, what was your favorite part?
Actually, the factory line, I got to just seeing how everything was put together, and then just getting to talk to everybody. I mean, I'm a big talker, and so every time we stopped at one of the spots, the all the rigid employees were so nice to talk to everybody, take pictures, describe what they were doing, talk about the. I mean, you don't even realize how much goes into just a wrench. I mean, you don't even, it doesn't even today when I get the wrench and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I was at the place that they made this wrench and
Sure.
talking to the person who puts the little nut and the clip and everything together. You're like, oh my gosh, how many does he do in a day? And so it was just, that was unbelievable. And then like seeing all the patents on the wall,
Oh,
and
yeah.
seeing the history of the rigid tools on the wall. Like I kept stopping, and everybody kept like,
You,
"You gotta stay with
Antonio
us."
was a
Antonio. I was like, "I know,
stopper.
I gotta go," and I kept stopping.
We always have like one or
I
two
just kept talking to
stragglers.
everyone.
That was you, Antonio. I had to keep making sure he was with the
That was
group.
me right there.
Yeah.
I took off with Craig, and then I took off with the vice president.
Yeah, we had to find you. Oh yeah, because you wanted to go get, yeah, you were all about the patent wall because at lunch you headed over to the patent wall to get your photo taken with Mike Rotowski, who recently just retired, but he was here for close to 30 years, or actually more than 30 years. But he has a
Such a
ton of
nice-
patents on the drain cleaning line, and you got your photo taken with him and Scott and a few others. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a, I mean, it's just an amazing point to go back and see the history of stuff and see how many people were actually involved in
Sure.
just some of the simple tools. And then when we got a chance to drain machines and the, product development, oh my gosh, like that was the coolest right there to talk about that. And then see some of the products there, and they're like, you can talk about it to anybody. And we're like, but I wanted to talk about it. And then we get to see it again at the wet show. We're like, I was there when they were making this, like just cool stuff all together.
Yeah. I would say that's probably one of the coolest things. You are sworn to secrecy when you come here on a few things because, like you said, Antonio, we do take your feedback and your input into consideration. You will be shown things that are still in development that we want to get in front of our end users and like say, hey, what do you think we can make better for this, or what do you think about X, Y, and Z? But then, yeah, like you said, you get to go see things here, and then fast forward a year later, come back to the wet show, and you see it there. Super cool. I know.
There it is.
So yeah, the new.
I mean, and then you're just not.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, and then the people that you're talking to there are just, I mean, they're the actual people that are working on the parts. They're developing the parts. They're taking in consideration the weight of the part, the weight of the tool. How do you transfer it? And all of these people, I mean, there was like a room full of engineers in there listening to all of us talk about each thing that we were getting to put our hands on. And so you're just thinking like, I'm just some little plumber from Oklahoma, and you're taking some of my advice? Like, really? You're really like, it's just kind of blown away that they would even sit there and take the time to talk to you about every single product, what you thought about it, what do you think you should, what could they do about it? And they really actually was listening to you and taking every little thing you said in consideration, not just like, yeah, whatever. Okay, move on. They just really, you could tell that they wanted to know everything about it.
Yeah. I love that you recognize
and then the
that,
baseball game was awesome.
The baseball game. Yeah. And then golf. It just doesn't stop, right?
Oh my gosh, the golf. Yes. The piano bar. Oh my gosh. I just go back
it's going to be a long few days. I got a feeling.
Make sure you sleep very well Tuesday night, Pat, before you arrive.
Yes.
So,
I appreciate that you recognize, just us listening to you, because that's really when we when we talk about who we are as a brand, both RIDGID and GREENLEE, like everything we do is at the core of our customer. We're customer centric, and it's the time. Like often, most people do love the time at the plant because, like, even just the sounds, the smell. A lot of our customers, you know, they'll point to a threading machine and say, "Oh my gosh, my grandpa had that. That's what got me into this industry. That's what got me into the trade." It's awesome to connect those stories and see that firsthand, and I love to see our end users interact with the people making the tools because, you know, it's fun for them to see the people that use the tools that they make. So it's a win-win. It's fun for all parties. It's fun for us in marketing. It's fun for engineering. It's fun for product management. Because we don't get to do this every day too. This is kind of like our Super Bowl, we call it. But then the time over in the schoolhouse and the behind the scenes, I mean, it is true. Everything we do is with you in mind. And it's, you know, we are drawing out those pain points. What pain points do you have every day on the job site? And that's what we go back to the office and start designing around, is your pain points and how we make things smarter, more efficient, safer, better. So all that dialogue we have is so important. And that's really at the core of who we are. I think back to the KM 1004 that was just launched or previewed, I should say, at WET 2024. And I had flashbacks of us having it in the middle of the schoolhouse in 2019. We had a super early prototype. It was like, do not touch it kind of prototype. And everybody was around it and just like, that was like one of those areas, like, do not take photos. And then it was cool because a lot of the people, the 2019 group from RIDGID Experience, a lot of them were at the WET 2024. So they got to see it and they're like, hey, I saw this early. So it's fun to kind of see from start to finish. And then the input, Antonio, like you said, the input we get from you. So it's fun. It's been, the whole experience has been really like a grassroots approach of, okay, what makes us different? And then listening to our customers, and everything we do is, like I said, with you in mind, but opening our home up to our end users and celebrating you. Our end users are the hero of, you know, what you guys do every day, and elevating the work that you do and understanding how important it is to everybody and the infrastructure of the world. So it's something that we always say we wish we could do it all year long, but we cram it into this 1 week. And it's been rewarding. It's fun to see people like Antonio, like you, like see your photo on the poster, the stairs, and like
Oh my gosh.
it's equally exciting for us to see your reaction as it is for you to react to it. So and something that we get to do as a brand team is bring those stories to life. So I know you love it, but honestly, we probably love it a little bit more than you do because it's fun. It's rewarding.
So I
Well,
told
and then
my
everybody
wife.
you get to meet, good Lord. I mean, like I just knew the other people that showed up. I knew their names on Instagram, but I mean, that's kind of all you did. And then that first night or the first day, everybody's meeting together, and Julia's trying to get everybody corralled into all the right hotel rooms and get over here to this restaurant and meet over here. And then when you finally get to meet each other, and you're just like as passionate about your craft, and you find another person, and then there's another person, and then another person, and then you get to hang out with the electrician side, and you see how passionate they are about theirs, and you're like, we're better than you. No, we're better than you. And we're all together. And so
there is some
it was
fun.
just kind of fun, just all that. Yeah. There's some contests that they're going to do against. They're going to make you do against each other.
Oh yeah.
That's great. I look forward to
I
it.
didn't think we won one contest, unfortunately.
You're putting that out there on the record?
That's funny.
I'm sorry. We tried.
Hey, don't worry about me. Worry about your peeps, your peers.
That's right.
They're with you.
Plumbers, we were doing that. We were having way too much fun.
Yeah.
That's the way it happens. I told my wife I got picked. I took a picture of the big wall there at WET, and I said, my face is going to be up there next year. She's like, what do you mean? And I told her, and she was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know how or why, but here I am.
Here I am. Here's
what a difference from 1 year ago at WET. Like you were in the kitchen. You came down and said hi to Maddie and I, and a year later.
Yeah, it's been a wild year. A lot has happened in the last year, and I'm thankful for the connections I've made from people like Becky and Maddie, and then everyone else on social media. I went through some stuff last year, and I'm not gonna talk about that, but a lot of people just I talked to about it and had my back, and just told me things are gonna be all right. And I appreciate a lot of people that helped me out last year. But it's been a great year. I never thought I'd be here. It's just I was like, okay, I'm ready to sign up for the RIDGID Experience. I guess I don't have to do it. So.
Guess we'll have to do it.
And
But that doesn't mean that all the listeners right now they still have to do it.
Yeah, they need to go find my face and click on it. That's another thing.
Yeah.
I was like, how did I end up being the face of that?
Yeah, so if you go to RIDGID, link in the bio, you'll go and click link in bio, and yeah, it's Pat. I think it's your face is the latest post we have up there with the link to register, and same for the GREENLEE Experience. If you go to GREENLEE's Instagram and our link in bio, it's up there, but it's not your face, Pat. Sorry.
I'll put a link to both in the show notes and the description stuff when we put this out. But
Perfect.
it's been I'm super excited. It's actually helped me with some goals I'm going to try to work towards. I got a couple of months now, so it's pretty far out. So I got some goals I'm going to work on before I get there. So I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard everyone's stories, I've talked to guys like it's life changing.
Golf game.
That's not going to happen, but but I've talked to some people like, man, it truly is life changing experience. Like the people you meet, the things you get to do, the exposure, just the experiences. Like it really is once in a lifetime opportunity. So I am super excited for it.
Yeah, we're super excited to have you. I mean, I keep saying, like, I love getting to meet all the end users. I become friends with them. Antonio messages me on Instagram every day now with something. Isn't that right? just best buds over here. But it's really like we welcome you into our family, and it's amazing. And we love extending our RIDGID and GREENLEE family. We're always looking to add more people to it. So we can't wait to have you, Pat. I can't wait to meet all the other people that will be selected, and it'll be a great time for sure.
So make sure you guys sign up by March 15th for the RIDGID and GREENLEE experiences. I'm gonna put the links below so you guys can see it. So it's nice and easy to find. So I want to see everyone there. Join me. I'd like to see some friends there, or some new people. I'm sure we'll meet a lot of new faces. I really am excited though.
Yeah, it'll be a great time.
Anything new or exciting we're going to get to see, or you guys can't say, or what?
There will be a few new and exciting things. I'm not going to say what, because that's like a preview to a preview. So I can't give you two previews. That's not how it works.
I had to try.
You can expect some new exciting things to be shown. RIDGID has always got something up their sleeve. So does GREENLEE. So don't you worry.
Nice. Oh, we lost him. He lost signal. He got the little heart thing to work. I can never be able to get it to work. Did you see that when he did the heart?
Yeah, I saw the little hearts, and I was like, I didn't even know you could do that.
It's something with StreamYard. I can't ever get it to work. Like it's supposed to be like you do that, and then like you can do a thumbs up. It's supposed to do something too, but I can't ever get it to work.
Does it give to you like does the graphics? I didn't catch
No,
that.
I didn't. I think
it pops up. Yeah, like he did a little heart symbol and it like popped up. I don't know. I seen someone else doing it one night. And I was like, how do you guys do that?
Well, we lost Antonio, but
we lost him. I think he's driving to the next job site.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, anything else you guys want to talk about?
I don't think so.
For anyone that has not entered yet, enter. Take your time on the entry. Be thoughtful, and we look forward to reviewing the entries. We get thousands of entries for both brands, and we are very thorough on our selection process. So,
how many people have to review all those?
Oh,
there's 8 of us.
Yeah, I think there's a whole panel. There's a whole panel. Becky and I get removed from it, so we can't be impartial because we have some good friends that relationships we make. But
I've got people asking me like, "Oh, you got the hookup?" I'm like, "I don't have any say so on any of this, dude. I don't even know how I'm here." I'm like, I can't push for nobody, dude. I'm sorry." So, all right. Well, I won't take any more of your time. I just want to do a brief little segment on it and make sure everyone's aware of the dates and the opportunity it is. It like I said earlier, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm extremely honored to be there. And I'm looking forward to meeting everybody and seeing you guys in person again.
Yes,
can't wait
this
to
summer.
see you
so
again,
July
Pat.
31st through August 2nd. We will see you here in Elyria.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Antonio.
Yes.
Wherever
you went.